What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the numbers, and welcome to Best Bet for UFC 308. We have Ilia Topuria going against Max Holloway. We are here nice and early, 9 o'clock Eastern time. I think this is the earliest stream I've ever done. But yeah, looking forward to breaking down some fights. We have 13 fights on this card and a very, very fun card at that. I got a fun panel today. We got Guru scouting MMA. We got Johnny K picks in the building. We'll start with you, Guru. Are you looking forward to UFC 308?
Oh, fuck yeah. We were literally just talking about it. I think this is the most stacked pay-per-view since UFC 300. You've got a ton of fan favorites on there. You've got Max Holloway. You've got Robert Whitaker, right? You've even got the Caveman, Mektic Worldby, ton of fan favorites. Danny Ige, up-and-coming superstar, and Ilia Topuria and Khamzat Chimaev. Just an absolute banger of a card. Honored to be here. Can't wait to break it down with you guys.
Heck yeah, glad to have you. We got Johnny in the building. Johnny, what is up? My fellow early riser in the building. Johnny, I think, is always on the earlier stream. So what is are you looking forward to the card?
Yeah, looking forward to this one. As Guru said, this is one of the better main cards, at least on paper. Let's see what happens with the judging and what happens, all that good stuff. But yeah, looking forward to a lot of these fights. A lot of them are pretty close. It can go one way or another, or like each guy has their one path to victory, and you just don't know what's going to happen. One guy's going to look minus 500 when it's actually a pick'em. The line is. So looking forward to the main card, especially to the co-main and the main are like crazy good fights. So I just want to see how these go down and see who wins. Let's go.
Let's go. Are you drinking beer for breakfast?
You know what? Right
you
now
can't say,
I have
you cannot
coffee.
say you've been drinking all day if you don't start in the morning. Let's go. Johnny likes those Miller Lights. Bad. I know how he
you are make. I'll be back.
All right, there we go. So
got my UFC Fight Island koozie. Can't say you've been drinking all day if you don't start in the morning. So we are starting right fucking now.
Respect. I will not be starting right now, but there you go. Shout out to Guru for that. Before we get into it, if you guys could like the video, subscribe to the channel. We go live every Saturday for some best bet, no matter what the time. I do want to shout out the chat before we get started. We got Elijah First one in the building, nice and early at 8:27 in the morning. We got Eric, we got Sean, we got Light of Truth, we got EI, we got Bufo on the beat, we got Jack. What is up? Good to see you guys in here. Xavier, Trebbot, Ian, TK, Tom. What is up? Hopefully, you guys looking forward to some fights. What kind of beer did you get, Johnny?
Oh, the trusty old Miller Lite. That's okay. What you go with.
Fucking go.
It's the classic. If you don't like Miller Lite, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'll be nice.
It is by far the best shitty beer you can drink. It's easy, it's palatable, it goes with everything. It's
anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, you got it.
Heck yeah!
Johnny knows
shout out to Miller Lite. This video is not sponsored by Miller Lite.
I wish it was.
Or Happy Dad. I like them both. I like your.
Yeah, I like Happy Dad personally.
I'm a big Happy Dad guy, and I don't like vodka or soda. For anybody that cares to know anything about me, I don't like vodka or soda. But Happy Dads and High Noons slap. I don't understand why.
When you put them together, though, they make a great combination.
I agree with Guru there. All right. Let's talk some fights here. We got 13 fights on the board. You guys get 10 bets, so 3 of these fights will be passed on. Let's start with Guru first. We have Rinat Fakhretdinov going against Carlos Leal. We got Fakhretdinov minus 225. Leal is plus 190. What are you doing for the first fight of the card?
This fight is absolutely bananas, right? You get the short notice replacement in Leal, who's not like, he technically isn't on short notice because he was planning to fight at UAE Warriors. So his student filled in for him and knocked the dude out. So I don't know about the level of competition he was going to be facing. But you see this dude, he's absolutely shredded to the gills. His acne has acne. He's covered in steroid acne. I mean, it is disgusting. But what we see from Fakhretdinov time and time again is, yeah, his wrestling can be great, but he gets really sleepy. His hands start to fall down. It gets very scary. So sure, Rinat by decision is, probably the path of least resistance, but that's not what this show's about, baby. So I'm going heavy. I'm going to bank on Rinat Fakhretdinov slowing down, unable to get the takedowns as time extends, and let this juice head swing heavy. So give me Carlos Leal, round 2, round 3 KO at plus 1,000 to kick it off.
Carlos Leal, round 2, 3 KO plus 1,000. I think that's honestly his path, so I don't hate a shot on that. If Rinat does slow down. Johnny, what are you doing for this fight here?
Guru pretty much said out everything I was going to say, but I do like Renat in this spot, though. I'm going to probably go with the easy Renat by decision play if I at minus 105 or if we see a plus 100. I do think round 3 will be sketchy. Renat does slow down in round 3s. We've seen it a couple times in Dalby, Zaleski, I think, as well. And he kind of like survived, if you want to say, but I think he does win rounds 1 and 2, gets those takedowns that he needs. And honestly, on the feet, he's really not that bad either. So, but Leal is solid. He's no bum or anything. He's just a little too hittable for my liking, but he is jacked up on, roids and stuff too. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think Renat gets him out of there. I just think he gets the wrestling going and wins 2 of the 3 rounds. So Renat by decision will be the play for me.
Yep, minus 104. I'll give you minus a little bit better.
I'll take it.
There you go. Is Carlos Leal sharing doctors with Ludwig Klein? He must be, man. I mean, that was a terrifying photo out there of him flexing. Just
clear acne everywhere. Like it wasn't even covering it up.
It was terrifying. Leal was definitely live. I'd say so. I think a lot of people are on him, so we'll see. But I'm kind of with Johnny and thinking Fogarty not by decision, but it might definitely get sketchy later the fight goes. All right, let's move on to this next fight, which is, a sketchy fight in its own right. We got Ismail Nardiev going against Bruno Silva. We got Nardiev at minus 171. Bruno Silva sitting at plus 146. Johnny, what are you doing for this fight here?
Let's see. Bruno Silva. Yeah, I'm going to go for my pick here. I'm actually just going to go with the dog and Bruno Silva. I know both guys are kind of untrustworthy. For Ishmael, this is his second stint in the UFC. And then while he was away from the UFC, he only went like 3-3 or 4-3 in the regional. So not really the greatest look there, but Bruno also untrustworthy, like I said, but he gets subbed a lot. I don't think there's going to be a sub here. I think he's more experienced. So I'll take a shot on a 50-50 fight where I think it can go either way on the dog here. So give me Silva money line. Let's go. We'll be safe.
All right, Silva money line plus 160 best price I got for you.
Take it.
Guru, what are you doing for this fight here?
If I were to play this fight, I'd be a little bit more aggressive than Johnny because that's the name of this game. I'd go Bruno Silva round 1 because Bruno Silva 26 career wins. I think over half of them are by round 1. But I think Nardiev is going to be able to weather the storm. And I honestly, I'm just passing. It's a shit fight, and I don't really trust either guy.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Don't blame me.
Bruno Silva KO1 could be interesting. What is that?
It's a good question. That's for sure. It's going to be KO1.
Wow, 950.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably how he wins, I think. So yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah,
it's a mess of a fight. I'm actually picking Nardiev to win this fight by decision, but I think he could very well get knocked out. That's kind of what I'm worried about. Bruno Silva has power. Nardiev is very, very chinny. So sketchy one, but we'll see. Bruno knows the best way to win, and it's an overhand KO. Yeah, he does swing for it. Guru is a madman. Are you a madman, Guru?
Depends what you define as a madman.
Hope not. Silva KO1 would mess me up today. Oh no. All right, and then Steve saying pass, John saying my pass. Yeah, nothing wrong with that on this fight. Weird fight there. We'll move on to this next fight. Then we got Farid Basharat going against Victor Hugo Silva. We got Basharat is the biggest favorite on the card at minus 900. Victor Hugo Silva is plus 600. Silva forgot which weight class he was in. He weighed in at featherweight. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, big favorite here for Basharat. Guru, were you able to find anything sticking out in this fight here?
I was. Now hear me out. Okay, so you've got Basharat as your biggest favorite on the card, has now ballooned up to minus 700. Yet his finish prop is plus 200. Why? It doesn't. If you're this, one of those lines has to be off theoretically, right? Because either he's that big of a favorite, he should smash the dude, or he shouldn't be that big of a favorite. It's really, it's fairly simple in my mind. So I'm going to go, I could go Basharat by finish plus 200. You know I need to get more aggressive than that. So give me Basharat round 2, round 3 submission at plus 600 because I don't think that Basharat's going to get a KO. Sure, he could get a positional ground and pound TKO. It's just really not the way he butters his bread. Hugo is a decent, crazy submission guy in his own right. So he could easily put himself in a dumb position and get submitted later on as he gets tired. But give me Basharat. But honestly, like from my own personal, I might just stay away because after Hugo didn't cut the weight, it's like, why the fuck did Basharat even still take this fight? Like that's balls.
Yeah, Guru, your mic is like cutting in and out just a tiny bit. If you want to unplug it and plug it back in, but other than that, so you had the Basharat round 2, round 3 sub at plus 600 for Guru. Johnny, what are you liking for this fight here?
Obviously, I'm going to go with Basharat here, but like Guru was saying, I'm trying to look for a better spot. But I'm going to take a little shot here and go with Basharat by KO. I know he only has 1 KO, but I just don't really see him getting a sub on Hugo. Hugo's a very good grappler. He's only been subbed once in his career. I know he's been knocked out twice, but I'm thinking Basharat is going to get those takedowns later in this fight, and it's going to be one of those ground and pound, and Hugo's just not going to get subbed. So I'll take a shot on the Basharat. I think KO is plus 800, but if you see something a little better, I'll take that.
Yeah, KO plus 900 there.
Take it.
I wish I knew like why this guy missed weight by 10 pounds. Like, is he injured? Is he a cheater? I don't know, but if he's coming in here compromised, like those finish props could be very, very live here.
And then
so, yeah.
also too, since he is bigger, he might Basharat might have some trouble taking him down, so he might keep it on the feet, but Hugo might start slowing down. It might be like a standing KO, one of those kind of things. So, like I said, I'll take a shot on it for the fun.
I mean, they're big numbers considering he's minus 900 on the money line, so I don't hate shots on him. All right, let's move on to the next fight. It is Kennedy Nzechukwu going against Chris Barnett, another massive favorite here, and Kennedy is now minus 800. Chris Barnett is plus 550. Hilarious fight, very hilarious fight. We'll start with you, Guru. What are you doing for this one here?
Oh, I got something fun for this one. Okay, so I think it's like, again, we all love Chris Barnett, but let's just be honest. Like, there's just a major physicality difference here. And I know that Kennedy's just
that was mean, Guru. That was mean.
and there's just I thought I was going to say something about my mic again. Hopefully I'm okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yes. Okay. So I'm thinking there's a major physicality difference. Obviously, Kennedy's a light heavyweight, and he should be at a size physicality disadvantage against anyone at heavyweight. And he's not, because Chris Barnett is legitimately morbidly obese. Like, it's not a joke. Like, I'm concerned about his health. So if this fight goes to the mat for any reason, right? If Kennedy gets him there, he's a turtle flipped over. It's done. So give me Nzechukwu by submission, because again, he could even get him in a standing choke like he got Devin Clark. This dude is dangerous for it, and I don't see why not. So I'm getting a little spicy. You could even get even spicier and go sub round 2, round 3, but I'm just gonna go with the sub because I do think that Nzechukwu's kind of a slow starter, and Chris can be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually picking a sub myself. It's plus 650 there. So, Johnny, what are you doing for this fight here?
The pick is Kennedy, obviously. The height difference, all that stuff is crazy to me, but I'm debating what I want to do. Actually, Kennedy is a slow starter, so I do think this fight actually gets into round 2 somehow, some way. I know a lot of people are picking the under, but I actually do like the over 1.5. If I have to only sweat 2.5 minutes, I could sweat 2.5 minutes. That's fine for a heavyweight fight. And also, a lot of these over and under 1.5s lately have been going over. At least I think they are for some reason. But what is the over 1.5? I might just take that.
Like plus 120.
I bet that too. It was it. I
bet that too. I'll just take that. Otherwise, I would look at Kennedy rounds 2 or 3. Because like I said,
my bad. It got
minus 104. I got.
Yeah, it's minus 105 4.
Let me see real quick.
Minus 110.
Yeah, I got minus 104 a couple days.
I'll take it. I'll take the minus 110 or whatever. That's fine.
Minus 110 for
the
okay.
I got a better price, but I'll take that one. I just think it barely sneaks over. I think Kennedy does win like end of round 2, and if not, I think he wins in round 3 because Barnett does not have cardio for 3 rounds. I think he has enough for a round and a half, though.
Yeah, overs have been hitting like crazy, so I even thought about playing the over.
All right, fine.
Crazy.
You guys convinced me. Change my sub to sub round 2, round 3 for 1,400. Fine.
There you go.
Okay. No, are you sure you want to do it? If it hits in round 1, you'll be really upset, man. Are you sure you want to do that?
You do you.
All right. Sub 2-3 plus 1,400.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
All right.
He's not doing it in round 1. If he does do it in round 1, I'll laugh. But it doesn't matter because I have to catch 138. The dude's fucking insane.
That is true.
I know. I gotta start taking some shots too.
That's what it's about. That's the name of the show. If you look at me, I believe I'm somewhere around like 22 units up or something
23,
like that.
23.
And if you look, and if you guys remember, UFC 300, I hit my big one on Max Holloway round 3, 4, 5 KO. And it was like for 22 units. So I basically just maintained since then.
So this is where it changed right here with Kennedy sub 2-3.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like it. I like it.
Destiny.
Elijah one saying the over 1.5. Yeah, I saw it at plus 122. I was taking a hard look at it. I was taking a very hard look at it. Passed, and now it's like minus 1 pound. Kennedy round 2. That's what I'm picking personally.
I like that.
Kennedy by decision would be wild, but it's like we've just been seeing, these type of fights good to distance all these last couple months. So we'll see. Brady had my kids, maybe, depending on the price.
Brady, do you want more kids?
No,
at least right now.
Kids? Oh yeah, you do have a kid.
Now.
You did have you have a baby. How you have a 1-year-old?
He's like 9 months now.
Yeah. Oh, 1. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it. Brady Jr.
Brady definitely wants more kids. I can tell in his eyes. I'm looking at him. He's like, I want more kids.
No. I'm all right. We got Cody in the building. What is up? Good luck to you as well. Brady, how on earth did you wake up? I literally woke up like 5 to 10 minutes before the stream was about to start. My titty back. Well, yeah, we'll talk about some my titty back shortly. What? What's wrong with you? It's too early. It's too early for comments like this. Brady wears a chastity belt now after having his first kid.
I feel bad for your wife, man.
Yeah. Brady, you gonna get your kid into MMA? Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. All right, let's move on to the next fight. We got Abus Magomedov going against Bruno Ferreira. We got Magomedov now minus 162. Some money coming in on him. Bruno Ferreira is plus 142. We will start with Johnny K. What are you doing for this fight?
I got to use 3 passes, so I think I'm going to use 1 here, but I do like Magomedov to win this fight. He's going to be the bigger, taller guy, longer. I think he's more dynamic with his striking. I think he has, he could use some wrestling here. I think the only way Bruno wins this fight is if he does make it a brawl and he catches Abus, which is definitely a possibility. But if Magomedov is smart and stays at range and mixes in takedowns here and there, I think he can win this fight. I was thinking about maybe doing Magomedov by decision. I know it's crazy because Ferreira's never been into like over 1.5 rounds in his career, but I think it could happen. Round 1 will be fun, and then if it gets into round 2, I think both guys are going to start slowing down a bit, and maybe Magomedov does get some wrestling going. But for the show, I'm just going to pass on this one and root for Magomedov.
All right. Johnny taking the pass. He has 2 left. Guru, you have 2 passes as well. Are you using a pass, or do you like something here in this fight?
I love that Johnny K had said catch a bus, right?
Did I?
Catch a boost, a bus.
Wow.
Like he's gonna catch a bus.
Oh,
like
man.
You're waiting for
it's early.
It's early. Yeah. I started on answer. I'm not passing on this one. I'm actually going for it, and I'm gonna make Brady do some math. Because I'm not good at math either. We're going to figure this out. I need a boost round 2, round 3 aggregate.
All right.
Round grouping aggregate. So, honestly, everybody understands what Bruno Ferreira is capable of. He's an absolutely athletic, explosive striker. The way he knocked out Gregory Rodriguez was incredible, right? Nobody does that to Gregory Rodriguez. I just feel like a boost, like Johnny said, a longer guy, going to be able to use his range. And if he can weather past this, the round 1, I think that Bruno's cardio is actually the one more suspect than Abus's. I'm not worried about getting melted by Sean Strickland. Like that happens. All that shows me now is that he's been through the fire. So if Brady can help me
Yeah,
with
it's
some math.
plus 800.
Yeah, see, thank you so much, Brady. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Yeah, plus 800. You kidding me? I think it's totally possible.
I like that.
Yep, plus 800. Moy saying Abus is a fake Dagestani. Bruno is a lock. We will see more of that. I hope not. I hope not. Abus is huge in this fight. You can't spell bust without Abus. Just saying. We shall see. We shall see. Ever since the gloves decisions up over 20%, yeah, I think we'll probably get a lot of decisions on this card, but you never know. You never know. We'll see.
I think I think all the main cards going to decision, to be honest.
That's what I was thinking. I think this is probably not the card for a ton of finishes, but could be wrong. Thoughts on Bruno Abus over 1.5? So, like Johnny said, Ferreira's never been over 1.5, but I kind of think this might sneak over ever so slightly. But I don't know if I'd bet it because you're only getting minus 110 for it. So I don't know. I'm not.
I mean, essentially, my bet is hinging kind of on it, at least starting round 2, if that helps you.
Yeah. Will be a sweat.
I think Bruno's only been to round 2 once, and it was like 20 seconds into round 2.
Yep, that is true. So
12 seconds. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would want a plus money number on the over person.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch the over here unless it was like plus 150 or higher.
Yeah. Bruno KO1, that's his path, man. Bruno KO1 plus 550. I think that's his
that's a good one.
Condition. All right, let's keep moving on. We have My Titty Back oral buy going against Mateusz Rebecki. We got My Titty Back is now minus 330. Rebecki is plus 270. We'll start with Johnny. What are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I like Oral Bay here. Again, he's going to be the taller, longer guy. Rebecki is, very dangerous, obviously, in round 1, but his cardio slows down a bit after round 1, round 1.5 or whatever. I like Oral Bay's wrestling. I think he can get Rebecki down. Rebecki doesn't really have the greatest takedown defense. He's usually the one shooting takedowns. So, but Oral Bay's definitely going to be shooting takedowns in this fight. So I'm going to go with Oral Bay to win. And let me look and see some odds. Give me, what's the round 3 prop? Just round 3. I think he might get him out of there in round 3.
Round 3 is plus 950.
Okay, I see 1,000 on DraftKings. So give me Oral Bay to win in round 3 plus 1,000. I think he gets it done.
Round 3 plus 1,000 for Johnny. Guru, what are you liking for this fight?
Now, this is an interesting fight because you've got a caveman versus a Polish man, and that's always an interesting matchup. I'm a big fan of Oral Bay, but I have to do this just based on principle. The line's too wide, right? Rebecki was just minus 400 against Carlos the Motor Diego Ferreira, who's unbelievable, right? Like, the guy's got no quit in his grappling.
Ferreira, that was his best win in his career, how he looked.
Well, yeah, and probably, post USADA juicing up, I imagine so.
Yeah.
But I feel a need to play the Rebecki money line as I just feel like it's a little wide. And any Oral Bay backer should probably be waiting for round 1, right? Because if Rebecki's going to have success, he's definitely going to do it in round 1. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully his cardio actually can hang on a little bit. Maybe he wins round 1 and 2 before dying. And then, unfortunately, to Johnny's chagrin, he won't get the finish in round 3 and we go to the decision and I can get a split or something. But let's see. I feel a little nervous about it, but I got to do it.
I'm going to ask you, do you think Rebecki can win a decision, though?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do, because not only can he get a finish in round 1 or round 2.
I think, he's definitely live in round 1 for a finish, for sure.
Especially with how he swings. I think Oral Bay is probably the better technical striker, but I think Rebecki's going to be the one with more power. So it's just a shot.
Right on.
Yep. I like what you said about the live bet for Oral Bay. Like, I would not be laying minus 330. Like, why lay minus 330 right now when you can probably get him closer to maybe a pick 'em after round 1? Because I think Rebecki probably wins the first round. Like, I think people are forgetting how good this guy is. The problem, though, is his cardio is just awful. So I think
honestly,
in the first...
I feel the same way about the Whitaker money line. Why lay it now when you know he's going to be in a world of trouble round 1? Just wait a little bit.
That's true.
Like plus 500.
That's true. I think Whitaker's going to be put in a ton of bad spots round 1, if not finished.
He might get 10-8'd. But if he
Yeah.
survives,
Yeah.
he's very live.
Yep. So this is one of those live bet spots for me for sure. Let's see. Fight doesn't go the distance, -140. Yeah, I don't love it, but we'll see. Like in that round 3, a lot of people on that Oro by round 3. It makes sense. We saw Rebexy slow down in the Ferreira fight. We saw him slow down even like in the Friora fight as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this fight is like randomly at catch weight. I don't know when they made it a catch weight, but apparently it's like at 160 now.
Yeah, I did see that last night. I don't know who decided, but they both agreed. Like, I don't know who was struggling, or maybe both guys were struggling or whatever. Maybe someone's injured. I don't know. Never heard anything after that.
So MGM has a special all main fight cards to go the distance plus 2,500. The only one that would worry me would be that Hamzat fight.
Yeah, but that's worth a shot, actually.
Yeah. That'd be the only one.
That's absolutely worth a shot.
Yeah.
If you're on Whitaker, it's worth a shot. If you're on Chimaev, he's probably not going to hit.
Yeah. It's not a bad
At
look.
the same time, right? He goes to decision with Gilbert Burns. He goes to decision with
5 rounds. That's the thing.
It's just like Whitaker's been knocked out by Dricus and by Izzy. Or is Chimaev that level of striker? He's just gonna ground and pound him to a KO. I think the sub would be more live than the KO.
Mm-hmm.
But
and early too.
Right.
Clearly. Round 1 or 2. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
We didn't get there yet.
Oh, yeah, we haven't got there yet.
we will get there.
That's how excited we are about these fights.
No,
these fights are sick.
They were sick. All right, let's move on to the next fight. We got Jeff Neal going against Rafael dos Anjos. We got Jeff Neal is -281. Got RDA sitting as a +241 underdog. We will start with you, Guru. What are you doing for this fight here?
Oh, so I'll say with straight honesty that on my Bet MMA, I played this fight to go the distance. I laid the chalk. I felt fairly comfortable that this fight's going to go over. And, Rafael dos Anjos is not getting knocked out on his birthday. I'm sorry. And he's turning 40. And happy birthday, RDA. And I just feel like Jeff Neal really hasn't gotten KOs at the highest level. He has power in his hands, but he's knocked out the likes of like Nico Price and Mike Perry and Vicente Luque. I get it, but not this upper echelon level. It took Rafael Fiziev till round 5, and RDA won round 4. So I'm going with Neal by decision here. It's not a sexy prop by any means, but plus money is plus money, and we got to cash some tickets.
Yeah, what was the line on that?
I believe I can fly. Plus 145, I think.
Oh, geez, that's a nice line.
Let's see.
Is it that high? That's awesome.
No, I lied. I'm a liar.
I see plus 100 on DraftKings, but
I see plus 115 on FanDuel. Let me see if I can find anything else.
That's probably the best.
I use this app called Picket, which is incredible. I recommend anybody to use an app.
Is that a plug?
Picket. Yeah, no, it's free. No, plus 125 MGM.
Plus 125.
Yeah,
that's even better. Sheesh.
So look, they literally they have all the lines right there, and they track all your bets through your sports books, so you can keep track of all your money very easily, as opposed to having to open up each book and see what your bets are.
Is it only for tracking, but it's not for betting like any line, right? For like multiple sports books?
I'm not sure what you mean. No, it tracks lines over multiple.
It just tracks. It doesn't allow you to bet. Like you can look at.
No,
all
you have to open up your sports book.
Oh, okay.
To bet.
Gotcha. But it's still cool.
It's awesome because it tracks my units. So for example, it's awesome.
Sweet.
I recommend.
I'll check it out.
There we go. Shout out to Pickett. Johnny, what are you doing for this fight here?
I like Jeff Neal a lot in this fight. I do think this fight goes to decision. I was thinking about maybe, if Neal does get a finish, it's probably going to be in round 3. But, RDA is tough and durable. And I think this fight goes to decision 9 out of 10 times here. So I'm going to pass on this one because I do have to get some passes out of the way. I like some better spots. So I do like the Neal by decision prop. That would be what I would go with, but I'm just going to pass on it.
Yep, I would lean Neal decision as well. I hope RD doesn't get knocked out on his birthday. Happy birthday to him. Oh my gosh, that'd be awful. So I hope not. Brady question, brother. Whitaker and Hamzat over 2.5 rounds, minus 115. Doable? I don't know.
If you like Whitaker, yes.
Exactly. If you like Hamzat,
No.
you probably like the under.
There's no value in that line.
Yeah, I feel like it could go really either way.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're picking.
Which is why it's a pick 'em.
Yeah. So I'm not touching it. I'm not really even touching that fight, to be honest. So
Abdi is right. You can tell other people's bets from Pickett as well. You can follow people. It's
Cool.
super cool.
Let's see. Jeff Neal into the distance is plus 210 on Unibet. You could also play doesn't go the distance at plus 140. Doing MMA math here, but Vicente Luque beat RDA after a brain hemorrhage that Neal gave to Luque.
That's true.
He did give Luque a nasty.
That was with some wrestling though, and he that was the thing. We wanted RDA to wrestle, and RDA was sparking Luque on the feet, and Luque was able to wrestle him because RDA doesn't belong at 170. But
that's true. That's another good point. I was going to say RDA is a little bit smaller for welterweight because he's easier to make weight.
I don't know why he's up here. It makes no sense.
Easier to make weight.
He looks so good at lightweight. But
I would just do the Neal by KO. He's not getting a sub.
Yeah. We got Carrillo at the $7.99. Appreciate you. Carrillo saying grateful for your effort, folks. Appreciate you for hanging out and appreciate the dono, man. All right, and let's move on to the featured prelim. So this was originally, I think, the first or second fight on the card, and then they randomly put it to the featured prelim. It is, I think they might want a finish potentially. So we got Ivo Aslan going against Rafael Sakara. It is a straight pick'em, minus 110 each way, as it probably should be. We'll start with you, Johnny. What are you liking for this featured prelim here?
Absolutely nothing. I'm going to pass. This is the fight I just don't even want to touch. I am picking Aslan. I think he has a puncher's chance. I think he has got more power, but Rafael isn't terrible either. So if this fight extends, he's going to have a good shot because we've seen Aslan slow down tons of times after a round and a half. But he's got power for all three, but he just looks super sloppy and he gets hit a lot. But he's kind of like Bruno Ferreira in a way. So, but I'm just going to go with him to get the knockout in the first. That would be my play if I did, but I'm passing. This fight's too sketchy for me.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. It's a sketchy fight. Guru, what are you doing for this featured prelim?
All right, so hear me out. I hate to be that guy, but if you were following me on Pickett or BetMMA, you would see that I played Rafael at plus 105 earlier in the week. So I like his money line quite a bit there, but I'm not going to give that out here, obviously, because I can't. But what I will tell you is that if this stays on the feet all 15, I'm not super thrilled, but the way he kind of shells up at times doesn't always make me super enthusiastic with a guy that in Ebo that will throw everything into all his shots. But let me tell you this, if Rafael takes his fight to the mat, it's a major, major mismatch. This dude's jiu-jitsu is legit. So give me Rafael by submission at plus 750. I really think that this has a major chance.
Yep. I've been kind of thinking about that all week. Like if this fight hits the ground, he's subbing Aslan for 100%. Sure. It's just can he get it there would be the question.
Mm-hmm.
I think that dude is super sloppy. I was at his fight in Atlantic City, the last fight, and against Turkali. I mean, and he's going life or death with a fucking grappler. Oh. That dude is dead, and they cut him right after. Like that's not a good sign, right? He barely got that KO. That was one of the very few bright spots of a horrendous UFC card. So
was that the worst, one of the worst judging scorecards, if I remember correct, or cards in general?
The refs, letting Rusev poke Dumas, the Billy Algeo stoppage, Gary Copeland, the pacing of the card. We were there till 2 a.m. watching Blanchfield get obliterated. It was the worst card.
Did it have air conditioning in there?
No.
There's another one.
And no internet. I couldn't live bet. I couldn't cash out my Dumas bet. It was the fucking worst.
The Stone Age is over there.
Boardwalk Hall was cool for its historic thing, but that was the worst UFC event I've been to. I had a wonderful time, but it was the worst.
Yeah, that was awful.
That sounds awful. I'd be mad too.
I was pissed. Oh my God. TB will tell you there was quick story. The internet wasn't working and I was trying to go down to our seats on the floor. They wouldn't let it go because my ticket Ticketmaster
Oh,
win.
yeah.
I started to lose my shit because the first fight had started. I'm like, are you what do you mean? Because I had one ticket screenshotted or whatever, so like I couldn't load the second one. I'm like, I was pissed, so I had to walk back into the main place by the drinks and reload it, and yeah, I was pissed.
Oof.
Sorry, Brady. This
No,
is your
yeah,
show.
that's all right. I was pissed off.
There's still
too.
some pent up rage.
At
He
Gary
wants to get
Coleman.
out.
I haven't
Yeah.
really talked about it, to be quite honest.
Terrible, terrible. All right, so those were all the prelims. Let's get into this main card. Before we do so, if you guys could smash the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, go subscribe to Guru, Chronic Combat Conversations, go subscribe to Johnny K Picks on YouTube. We're going to break down this main card now. We're going to start with Shara Magomedov going against Armen Petrosyan. We got Shara is now minus 180. Petrosyan is plus 155. We will start with you, Guru. What are you doing for the main card opener?
I understand in theory people taking the dog shot on Petrosyan, but like it's like, okay, do you expect him to grapple? Like really? Like that's where you want to go with that? Because I don't see it. And then the other one is you think he's the better kickboxer, which I really don't think so. I think Shara is much faster. I think he has more output. And I think that Armen has constantly showed that he's willing to go in, very close statistical matchups, striking acumen wise. So over on Bet365, I can get Shara Bullet and over 1.5 at plus 100. So that's exactly where I'm going to go. Keep it nice and easy. Plus money, double my money, move right along.
You said plus 100?
You got it. And listen, that they're not giving the fucking decision to Armen Petrosyan in the desert unless you want to be buried there. Like, can't we just be honest?
Gotta be clear.
Think about all the different Fluffy Hernandez type matchups they could give Shara Bullet, but instead they continue to give him one-dimensional strikers. Think about that.
Yeah, no, that is true. We'll see. Johnny, what are you doing for this fight?
Yeah, I'm on Shara. I'm not as confident as a lot of people are. Let's put it that way. I think Armen is probably the underdog, public dog of the week, if you want to say. But I could see both guys winning. But I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go this fight to go to split decision. Actually, I think it's gonna be a very close fight. I don't know what the odds are on that actually, but either way, I'll take that prop if you can find it.
Guru, do you have it?
I can't. DraftKings used to have that prop, and I don't see it anymore.
DraftKings has it. It's probably it's in a different spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did change it around recently, I think.
I thought they did, but I can't find it anymore.
It's
usually
it's under decision in fight props. So the split is plus 300.
I'll take that. I do think this fight goes to decision at a pretty high clip, and I think it's going to be very close. Maybe Armen should win, if you want to say, and it goes to split. So I'm going to take a shot on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing it as well.
I do like Petrosyan plus 3.5 spread though a lot. I think he wins one of the rounds for sure.
Yeah, I think that's like minus 170 or something.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not the greatest price, but I think it's pretty safe.
Yep, I think it's a super, super close fight myself. Dixon saying more likes. I agree. That's why it's a split. Yeah, I think it'll be probably.
You don't want either fighter by split decision, right? Because according to Pickett, you can get Shara at split decision plus 500, and you can get Armen split decision plus 600.
Well, I can't pick both.
If you like Shara, you could.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You could.
Okay,
get a little extra on there. But
I see where your head's at. I see where. I'll just go the normal set, but I like where your head's at.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's keep moving on. We have Lerone Murphy going against Dan Ige. We got Murphy minus 265, Dan Ige plus 225. Johnny, what are you doing for this fight here?
Oh, again, I know a lot of people are on Murphy, but I don't know. There's something in my heart that thinks Ige can make this a very close fight. I'm still picking Murphy. I just think he's a little bit more dynamic with his striking. But Ige is going to be there in round 3, and that's what I kind of worry for Murphy. So, for a bet, I'm trying to think. Let me look. You know what? What's the fight goes to split again. I'm gonna do that one again. What's that? Plus 300, 350?
Let me find it for you.
I know you
That's
just told me where it's at.
That's a smart one. I like that. I wasn't even thinking that way. So it's
Where
under
is it?
fight props, and
Fight
then
props.
you scroll down under all the fight props, and then there's decision. Plus 275.
I'll take that. And you know what? I don't have that. So maybe, I don't know. My state might
Maybe
be
they
weird.
changed it out of your state.
That's Indiana for you.
Mm.
But yeah, again, I think this is going to be a close fight. Goes to decision. Both guys are very good strikers. I would say Ige has a shot to get the finish between the two, but yeah, I think Ige is very tough. So it's hard to get him out of there.
What was the line on the split? My bad.
Plus
275?
I think that's what I said. Yeah.
All right.
I'll take
Perfect
that.
split plus 275
You
for
got it.
Johnny. Guru, my bad. What are you doing for this fight?
I'm now Danny Ige. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand where you're coming from, Johnny, but I'm just not sure that we can still be concerned about Lerone Murphy's cardio at this point. He landed 220 strikes and 4 takedowns for 5 minutes of control time across 5 against Edson Barbosa. At the same time, I think if you're playing Danny Ige, the Danny Ige by KO line is absolutely astronomical at plus 1,000. Like, he absolutely has a sick left hook that can knock out Lerone. Full disclosure, I laid the chalk and I played Lerone Murphy by decision, but I'm not doing that here. It's a pass for me.
All right, Guru using up his second pass for the card. So passing on the Murphy fight. All right, we got a couple fights left. We have Magomed Ankalaev going against Alexander Rakic. We got Ankalaev minus 320. Rakic is plus 260. We'll stick with you, Guru. What are you doing for this fight here?
This is really one of the more interesting fights on the card. Seemed like Rakic, who was on antibiotics in the Jiri fight, could that's a decent excuse anyway. Really interested to see how this goes. Ankalaev, if you guys remember, hasn't fought since the first fight card of the year. So this is really interesting. You know that this is the kind of guy that maybe should be having a title shot, could even be champion, but just hasn't put it all together inside the cage. So my handicap here is that he's got a statement to make. Ankalaev round 2, round 3 KO. I got to pull up that line, but that's kind of where I'm going. Otherwise, you've got to think like Rakic could maybe pull off an upset, but I'm going with Ankalaev round 2, round 3 KO at plus 550.
All right, Ankalaev round 2 or 3 KO plus 550 for Guru. Johnny, what are you doing for this fight here?
Yeah, this is going to be another fun fight. It could end up playing out being close. Both guys are strikers. I just think Ankalaev's a little bit more well-rounded everywhere, but Rakic is live for an upset here. But give me Ankalaev by KO. I think he does need to go out there and make a statement. Dana White, I think, said that he needs to have a good fight in order to get the title shot. So I think he's going to push a little bit more than usual and try to get a finish. So I'm going to hope he does here and gets that KO. I see plus 225 for the KO. If you can find a little bit better, I'll take that.
I see 250 on FanDuel.
I'll take it.
All right, Ankalaev KO 250. Yeah, if he doesn't knock him out, I think it's probably going to be a very, very close fight for sure. So yeah, we'll see if he tries to. I'm not the biggest Ankalaev fan. I think he's so boring, but he's really good. Really good fighter. Really good fighter.
He's tough to beat. He's very tough to beat. He's just not exciting, but.
Yeah. Ankalaev sub. I don't. I think it would be KO if he does finish him. I think it would be a KO. We got Mushroom in the building. Good to see you in here, Mushroom. Best of luck to you on the fights today.
What's up, Mushroom?
Yes. All right. Let's move on now to it is the co-main event. We have Khamzat Chimaev going against Robert Whitaker. We have Chimaev minus 220. Robert Whitaker is plus 185. We'll start with you, Guru. What are you doing for the co-main event here?
This fight is unfucking believable. And if it wasn't for the main event, which is the best fight that the UFC can make right now, period, point blank, on the entire roster. I mean, this fight is fucking incredible. And it feels difficult for me to say, but I have to pass on it. I just have to pass on it.
Ooh.
I'm not fully sold on Chimaev round 1, round 2. The Whitaker dog shot whispering in my ear. Just the kind of ladders on the over in general. The fight starting round 2, fight starting round 3, fights like there's value there. How would we be feeling if this was just a 3-round fight? Would we feel more comfortable in betting fight goes the distance? It's something that's really just been on my mind heavy, and I'm just there's too much on my mind. Pass.
Yeah, I'm actually in the same boat as you. Too much on my mind. Is it Chimaev early? Is it Whitaker late or by decision? I don't know. It's a weird fight for me. Johnny, what were you looking at for this fight though?
Yeah. My pick is Whitaker. Am I super confident? I mean, not super confident. It's round 1. Can he survive round 1? Can he survive the onslaught of wrestling and grappling and craziness? And I think he can. But Chimaev is a crazy beast, and you don't know what's going to happen. So round 1 will be fun, but if this fight gets in the round 2, round 3, I mean, it's going to sway in Whitaker's favor 100%. We think Chimaev slowed down in a lot of his fights if it gets out of round 1. I'm going to go with Whitaker rounds 4 or 5 or decision, and that's plus 380 on FanDuel. I think this fight does extend. I'm going to bank on it going into round 4, the championship rounds, but Chimaev is not going to be who he was in round 1. And it's just going to, every round is going to get less and less, and Whitaker is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So I'm going to bank on that and see what happens.
Yeah, not a bad look. Not a bad look. I'm excited. It's an early card. Me as well.
I love early cards. I love them.
I do too.
The China one coming up. Don't love that early card.
Okay, like that's 6 o'clock
too early.
Yeah,
that's way too early.
Yeah,
I think the plan is I'm going to stay in TB's guest room, and we're going to wake up at 4 a.m. and watch.
Oh, is that when it starts? I thought it started at like 2 or 3 with my time. So
it's super early. I
think it's a 3 or 4 a.m. prelim start on the East Coast with a 7 a.m. main card.
Okay, so it is 2 o'clock my time. Yeah, I'm gonna be sleeping.
I'll get up if they put Liang Na back on the card. I'll get up. I remember I got up for Liang Na versus JJ Aldrich one time.
Yes, I did that. I do all that.
that was super early, and ended up throwing my.
If she's on the card, Brady, and you do the show at 1 a.m. or 2 o'clock your time, let me know.
I'm in. That's so funny.
I might.
It's a good card. That's why I can't miss it.
It is a good fun card, but
I'm not missing it. It's a good card.
I'm too old. I can't stay up that late anymore, man. And I'm not waking up at 2. There's no way. If I go to sleep,
old is a state of mind. If you have a kid like Brady, I understand. Otherwise, get up.
That's true. I am old though.
So the Chimaev and the under 1.5 is plus 240. Like, I think that's so much better than laying minus 220 on him.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think he wins a decision. Now, if it was 3 rounds, different story. 5 rounds completely changes everything.
Agreed. All right, now it is time for the main event. We have Ilia Topuria going against Max Holloway. We got Topuria is minus 250, Max Holloway plus 210. Let's start with Johnny. Johnny, what are you doing for this main event?
Oh man, I kept going back and forth with this one, trying to find a good spot. But my pick is Topuria. I just think he gets the better of Max early, and then Max maybe gets the better of Ilia, and it might be a very close decision. I like the fight to go to decision. But give me Max plus 5.5 spread at plus 110. I don't see Ilia knocking out Max. He can. I just don't see it yet. I have to see it for my own eyes. And Max, I think he gets stronger as the fight goes on too. As we've seen in every one of his round 4 and 5s, he gets strong. And I think Ilia kind of slows down a bit. We saw in the Josh Emmett fight, he was starting to use some grappling and wrestling because he looked like he was getting a little, not death gassing, but slow down. But Max is going to, he's going to be there for all 5 rounds. So I think Max wins 4 and 5 at a high clip. So yeah, give me the plus 5.5 spread. And I think this fight goes to decision. Plus 110.
Oh, plus 110.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing the fight the same exact way there. I think it could be close, unless Topuria does knock out Max. But I don't know. I mean,
that'd be wild.
It would. It'd be a huge feather in his cap. Guru,
yeah.
What are you doing for this main event?
This fight is, like I said, the best fight that the UFC can make on paper right now. So I am unbelievably jazzed up for tonight, today, like in an hour. Fucking excited. I'm so used to saying tonight. Give me this fight to go the distance in general. I think you kind of touched on it. I got it at plus 130 or 135. I really like. Listen, Holloway is durable, and he's classically durable, and I'm not sure that he's going to find the off switch, Ilia is, because when you think about it, right, he went 5 rounds with Josh Emmett, and he beat the piss out of him, but he didn't finish him. And Emmett had been finished by Yair Rodriguez, right? Like, so I don't know. I'm just not fully sold on that yet. I kind of, and again, I'm somebody who picked Ilia Topuria over Volkanovski, right? It's like, I saw the writing on the wall in terms of this dude just had a weight cut, just got knocked out, right? He just got knocked out by Islam Makhachev. So it's like, now he's got this major weight cut, short notice, brain damage. Like, hello, I bet Ilia plus 160. So I do like it's just going to be a close fight, right? You saw even with the Holloway Korean Zombie fight, right? He's getting tagged with the counters over his guard. So I'm not sure that Ilia can't connect with some of his counters. I just don't think that Ilia is going to be able to out-volume him. So it's going to be really a damage versus volume fight where, like Johnny just said, it's going to possibly be a quite close decision. So fight goes the distance, plus 135. I mean, it's going to be a fucking fire fight.
I like it. I think Ilia is super tough too. Like, yeah, he might slow down, but I don't see him death gassing and giving up. You know what I mean? Max isn't really that finisher. Yeah, he got that crazy knockout against Gaethje, but let's be honest, that's probably never going to happen like that ever in his life again. Like, just how it happened was so crazy and legendary. And a lot of people are still thinking about that in the back of their mind, but like, Max isn't really a finisher. He really isn't.
Yeah, and personally, I just feel like there's a very public narrative out there that it's Ilia by KO or Max by decision. And a lot of times fights are not as simple as that. So Ilia has had a ton of money behind him. He's got this unbelievable facility in his house. The dude is being walked out by Sergio Ramos, which, again, I'm not this big soccer guy, but like when you're being walked out by some of the biggest superstars in the world, like, this is next level. Why do you think Dana White's already saying we need to get an event in Spain no matter what, like ASAP? You think if he loses, they're going there? Come on, maybe for the
That's why they haven't called it yet.
It's gonna happen.
Because if he wins, then it will probably happen.
100%.
All right, there you have it. Let's see.
I did say jazzed up. That's mad funny.
You said that? I didn't even catch that.
I said I was jazzed up.
Wow. All right. Jazz. Nothing wrong with being jazzed up. All right. So what we'll do now is we will do a recap of the bets, and then we will give our best bet for the entire card. If you hit this best bet, your profit's going to double. So say, for example, Guru's best bet is Kennedy Nzechukwu by submission in rounds 2 or rounds 3 at plus 1,400. Instead of getting 14 units, he will get 28 units. All right.
How'd you know I was going to do that?
What? Because I know.
Damn. I didn't say it earlier.
Yeah.
That's damn. All right.
Because I know these things. But yeah, Guru is taking Carlos Leal by round 2 or round 3 knockout plus 1,000. He's passing on the Nardiev fight. Taking a Basharat round 2 or round 3 submission plus 600. Kennedy Nzechukwu round 2 or round 3 submission plus 1,400. Taking the Magomedov round 2 or round 3 plus 800. That is a boost Magomedov. He's taking Rebecki money line plus 270. The Jeff Neal decision plus 125. Sakara submission plus 750. Shara in the over 1.5 at plus 100. Passing on the Murphy Ige fight. Taking Ankalaev KO 2-3 plus 550. Passing on the Chimaev fight, and then taking Topuria goes the distance at plus 130 versus Max Holloway. Guru, does all that look correct? And if so, what is your best bet on the card? You're saying it's the Kennedy sub 2-3?
No, you of course. Yeah. How did you know?
Just guess. I had what? I
Brady
had
does that a lot. I think he did it for me last time too when we were on the show. He's like, if John did this, I'm like, that's the one I was gonna do. So you
Yeah, I
just
do it
ruined
all
all
the
my
time.
surprise.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's a time where I haven't got it right. Actually, now that I think
Yeah,
about
I mean,
it.
it's either that one or a boost round 2, round 3, like because those are both very, very spicy. But
Yeah.
I'm going with Nzetriku sub, absolutely.
All right, to win.
And it does look good. As you read it to me, I'm like, damn, I think we could make a lot of money today.
Yeah, some spots sticking up, man. We got Justin with the $4.99. Appreciate you, Justin. Best of luck to you. Yeah, fights are kicking off in about 3 minutes, so doing well on time. Johnny, you are taking Renat Fakhretdinov by decision at -104. Bruno Silva on the money line +160. Farid Basharat KO +900. Kennedy Nzechukwu over 1.5 rounds -110. You're passing on the Magomedov fight. You're taking my titty back round 3 +1,000. Passing on the Neal and Aslan fights. You're taking the Shara fight ends by split decision. What was the line on that?
300, I believe.
+300. There we
Yeah.
go. You're taking the Murphy Ige fight ends by split decision +275. You're taking Ankalaev by knockout +250. Whitaker 4-5 or by decision +380, and then the Max Holloway plus it would be 5.5 +5.5 point spread at -110. Does all that look correct? And if so, what is your best bet for UFC 308?
Looks good. And I'm going to go with Basharat KO. Let's take a shot on that one. I don't know why, but it's just sticking out.
Basharat KO to win 18 units there. And yep, I fixed it there. That's why we do this. We like to make sure everything is correct by the time we get out of here. But yeah, we did it. Going to kick it around here. Guru, any final thoughts on the card, and also let the people know where they can find you?
Seriously, thanks so much for having me on, as always, Brady. Johnny, always good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Guys, seriously, please come. I recognize a lot of you from some of the other YouTube channels. Please come give us a follow at Chronic Combat Conversations. We go live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We just had the incredible Andrew Gombis on our show last week for this card. Next week we have Aaron Bronstetter coming on, MMA reporter, wonderful dart thrower, cashes some big tickets. So we're going to have him on this week. So Chronic Combat Conversations on YouTube, Guru Scouting MMA on Twitter, Verdict, Instagram, Picket, Tapology, and Bet MMA. Thanks so much, guys.
Heck yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Johnny, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on again. Good luck to everybody with their bets and picks, all that good stuff. But you can find me at Johnny K Picks on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Also have a Patreon as well if you're interested in supporting that too. Wednesday nights, Defend Your Units. We always go live on 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And right after this, I'm going to be jumping on my YouTube. We're going to do a live watch along for the whole fights. I got a couple fun guests. I think Cody from Blood Money MMA Bets is coming. Got Patty from Addicted to Combat, and we'll see who else shows up, and we'll have fun there. So if you want to drink some beers and do some super bets, swing on over.
Heck yeah. Enjoy the fight, Shawnee. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to everybody out there as well. If you guys could, on your way out, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with Uncle Weezy for Stat Diggers. I think we have a Canada card next week, so we'll be breaking all that down tomorrow, 7:15 Eastern time. So you guys, best of luck. Enjoy the fights, and we'll talk to you soon. See you later.
Let's go.